So, Cheli, you ever seen a ghost?
Whoa, that is not an icebreaker.
Just answer yes or no.
No.
Okay. If you were to see a ghost,
Okay.
what would it take for you to be like, you know what? I really want that ghost in me, but not like in a possession kind of way, but like in a I'm feeling kind of lonely kind of way.
I like how you're assuming that if I were at home alone on one of those lonely nights,
Yeah.
and a ghost fucking
Appears.
poltergeist, like my door flies open, everything that was on my walls is now off my walls.
Yeah, it's like The Ring
And
where
I
they just
see-
spill out of the TV.
Yes, and I see a ghost, and instead of fear, I'm like, wait, who let you in? What?
Do you have a key or something?
What would it take?
Yeah. Do you
That's
think
a hard
do
question.
you think that it would be appearance, or would it be like the ghost telling you, you know, I can come back to life if you just give me a little bit of love?
Okay, first of all, I don't think I would trust a ghost like that.
Oh, but what if he's
Second
really
of-
sexy?
Second of all, can you imagine if I said no to appearance and I'm like completely invisible?
No. I meant like he's not your type. Like I mean,
how
like
would I know if a ghost is my type?
he's translucent, but you can.
Corporeal. That's probably a good one.
Yeah.
Tangible. I don't want to walk right through this bitch.
But what if he can be corporeal in moments of
And incorporeal. What if he was like, babe,
already calling you babe? Oh,
babe,
it's serious.
day one, and I'm just like, fuck. Okay,
Oh,
all
God.
the doors open, all the lights are off, because he fucking did that shit. He's like, babe, only like two hands width of me can be corporeal at a time. So you gotta know. You gotta choose. You gotta choose which spot.
Oh my god.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Would you
totally.
say? Would you say? Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, it depends.
No other part. It's flying. Have you ever seen Final Destination?
Which one?
The one where it's like a parody of The Ghost. It's so. You know what?
Final Destination.
Is it Final? No, not Scary Movie.
Yeah.
Scary Movie.
Oh, it's a parody of Paranormal Activity.
Was that what it was parodying?
Is that the one where they're in the bed and
Yeah.
Yeah.
How would you explain that?
I thought it was a dream.
No, but like, if that were reality, how would you explain it?
To who? Who
To
am I
what
explaining
if-
it to?
'cause, like, if I was in a relationship with a ghost that was beautiful and loving and healthy,
Handsome and
how do I go
so
up
sweet.
to you? How do I go up to you and be like, hey?
I don't think you can, because I would be like, I think you need
Imagine-
help.
Can you imagine? He proposed. Nothing's there because it's a ghost ring. You're like, what the fuck are you looking at?
I show up with a priest. I'm like, all right, exorcism, stat, cleanse the house. I bring sage.
You would really do that to my significant other?
Oh, so you totally, completely glossed over the fact that you would, and now you're in a serious relationship.
Whoa.
You're the one who's over here talking about proposals.
Dude, I'm like 2 seconds away from losing it because spoilers. Not really. It's not a spoiler. It is a spoiler to me. This book made me sob.
What?
And I will cry.
Like when we talk about it?
Yeah, because dude, you don't even know. I was like in my car, like screaming, like actually screaming. And I was like, I'm going to pull over or I might pass out.
Pull over or pass out? Which one did you do?
Dude.
I
I'm
hope
here-
you
I'm
pulled
here.
over.
No, I passed out.
The ghost saved
she's
you.
I know.
Your ghost boyfriend? That's so sweet.
Fuck. If he was like hot enough,
Then I would be a little down. Just a little bit.
he can't go to like events with me though.
He's there, but no one can see him.
Would I have to buy a ticket for him, or do I just have to deal with the
No.
fact that someone's standing inside of him? Because then I would get jealous.
He'd be like, get away from my man.
Who the fuck are you talking about, bitch?
Oh my god. Imagine you're still
Babe, help
jealous.
me. Babe, get him. And nothing happens. Oh, he's fucking you. He's fucking you up.
Okay, so today we're going to be talking about Phantasma by Kaylie Smith.
Kaylie Smith.
That was my first guess.
We have so many books. I can't remember every name. Kaylie Smith.
I'm pretty sure that's the author's name.
Do you think a book
Where you're fucking a ghost
can fix your
at
life?
the same time can fix your life? Yes. Yes, bitch. I've been waiting for this one.
Welcome to the Book Fix Podcast, a podcast where we fix lives.
One ghost book boyfriend at a time. I'm your host, Yajaira.
And I'm your host, Cheli. Dude, I'm not even kidding.
The emotions are high. I love this.
Okay.
When have we seen Cheli this emotional? It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. Den of Vipers. Was I this emotional? Have I ever been emotional?
I don't know. I think you have. I just can't remember the last thing you were super passionate about.
Oh, this is it, bitch. It's this one. It's this
Buckle up. And also, there's going to be spoilers ahead. We are going to talk about everything.
You were going to be like, spoilers, we are talking about ghosts. Just warning you.
I'm just warning you, okay?
So if you've never wanted to fuck a ghost, I'd suggest you leave.
Why are you here?
You walk away. It's just me.
You're like, okay, I guess this is a solo podcast.
Oh my gosh. Where do we even start?
Well, let's start at the beginning with Ophelia, our main character.
Ophelia.
So it starts off with her doing a little bit of a witchcraft thing with her mother's dead body.
Dude.
And I was so fucking confused because I didn't know what this story. I thought the story was about vampires. So she's a necromancer.
Yes.
And in order for the lineage or the power to pass on to her, she kind of has to like accept it into her.
Yeah.
And so she was doing kind of like a spell with her mother. And I thought it was really sad because her sister, Genevieve, was kind of like trying to talk her out of doing this. Mm-hmm. She was like, you don't have to continue this. You can live your life however you want. You don't have to be what our mother was. But Ophelia kind of felt like she had to do it. So she took this power into herself and she wakes up with clear blue eyes. Beautiful blue eyes.
Can I just say the description of the mom was so sad because when it described her body, it described it as if this was just like not an accident, but it's like it's just life. Nothing else was the reason that she died. It just happened to happen.
And I think she kind of tried to speculate how her mother died, but I think she thought, oh, maybe it was like a heart attack or something
think
random.
It was something else?
Yes. It does say later on in the book.
Okay, maybe I'll remember as soon as you get to it.
And once we start talking about it, then yes.
Okay, it made me sad because even the people who came to collect the body were like, we could check if it's been tampered with.
Oh yeah, they wanted to do an autopsy on her, and Genevieve and Ophelia were both kind of like appalled by that. They were like, no one is touching our mother's body because that's kind of like a necromancer thing. I don't remember what it is. Like
I just remember how she died, and I will cry.
It just came to you. Yeah. So they had to sew their mother's eyes. I just want to say that I love this world. Yeah. Like to me, I liked the magical or supernatural elements in it, and it wasn't like too much. Like it wasn't an overload for me to not be able to understand what was happening in this world.
Can I say too that I feel like the lore of this world was built in? Well, look at us reviewers. I like how it was just built in. Like when you were saying the eye sewed shut, it's just like the little things that you get from like the interactions or just like the little details that you see with the characters. You're like,
yeah. So it's not like an info dump, which I appreciated. So then after this whole thing, then 2 men come to tell them that they're broke, right?
Yeah.
Like,
you're broke bitches. Sorry, your mom's dead.
Oh my God. They're kind of telling them like you're going to have to leave unless you can pay off a certain amount of money, but they don't have money.
Yes.
So.
And it sucks because like, they're in the process of mourning, but they're also getting phone calls like, wasn't I supposed to talk to my dead grandpa? And it's like, my mom's dead.
Oh yeah, I thought that was, I don't know, I thought that was so interesting. So basically Ophelia's mother, which her name was Tessa. Did you get flashbacks to after?
That's exactly who I imagine.
Tessa from After by Anna Todd.
Why'd you say it like I want to remember?
I'm just saying it just so in case people don't know what we're talking about. I feel like sometimes we say things and we don't explain it. And I'm like, I hope people know what we're talking about.
If you're this deep, if you've been watching us, we're not going to make sense. That's it.
That's all. So Tessa was a mom, and Tessa was like a renowned necromancer. So a lot of people saw her out, and also a lot of ghosts saw her out.
Yeah.
So that woman stayed booked and busy. And of course, now that Ophelia took over her position, now she's starting to see ghosts, and it's kind of freaking her out. And Genevieve was kind of like, oh, are you seeing other things around here? Because you took our mom's power. And she was like, yeah, but can you like distract me? Because I'm really freaking out right now.
Dude. Okay. Can we bring up also, Ophelia had this certain tick that was introduced at the beginning of the book. And it was introduced as like
a shadow voice.
The shadow voice?
Yeah. I immediately was like, oh, this girl has OCD.
Dude. Okay. For some reason, I thought, like, Yajaira's not going to get this. I can't wait to... fucking...
Girl,
alone.
Are you kidding me? It was so obvious because I think the first thing the shadow voice says, oh, if you don't knock on the door 3 times, your sister's going to die.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's OCD.
Oh, my God. Medical queen. Yeah, I felt for her so much because then there was a part of me, and I'm glad that it played out the way it did, and we'll talk more about it when it gets to the end. But I'm glad that wasn't a magical thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm glad that was just a part of her, because then it just goes to show, like, damn, she's just kind of like a person too. So it added like that. I felt so bad
for her. Like a lot of her insecurities, the shadow voice would really just target.
So Genevieve, is that what? Okay, they called her Vivi, so I'm gonna call her Vivi. So Vivi is just a little sister, okay?
Yeah.
But let me just say, as soon as Vivi started showing like underappreciation and was like, you're just doing what mom says, you have no life, Opie, you're a fucking loser,
because she was very social, and she didn't like the necromancer part of their life.
But Vivi and Ophelia had a big fight, and Vivi kind of like walked out. They were at a place together, and she just walked away.
Yeah, and I thought it was interesting. The fight was interesting to me because I think Vivi, it was revealed that she forged a lot of checks, and Vivi kind of made it known like, oh, it's because like I try to help as much as I can. It's not my fault that you don't notice things. And Ophelia got mad at her because she was like, I've been cleaning up your messes since the day you were born. You know, it's forever. So they had a huge fight, and then she ended up leaving.
Dude, it was funny because I was so team Ophelia the whole way through. So as soon as Vivi left, I was like, fuck you, bitch.
You know what? Fuck up.
I hope I never see you again. And I'm like, I spoke too soon.
Sorry, Vivi. I was a little upset.
So Ophelia's like, you know what? Fuck this. So much going on in my dark mind. I'm just going to walk home. Whatever. And when she's walking home, I don't remember how, but she ends up like...
She overhears a conversation between 2 men, I think, and they're talking about Phantasma, and that it's basically like an event where people go to get a wish, but everyone ends up dying if you're not the winner. And she overhears a conversation, and I think that she just sees the flyer on the ground, or it, like the wind blows it or something. I don't remember. She catches it, and it's like the Phantasma. Which it switches cities. I don't remember how many times it happens though. Like how often?
When she switches?
When Phantasma switches, yeah.
I don't know how often either. I'm guessing until the bitches are all dead. That's what I'm guessing. But doesn't she end up in like a dark...
She ends up in the cathedral.
Okay.
Which the cathedral, when it's Phantasma time, it like changes into the mansion or the castle. I don't remember what it is. No, I think it's a mansion. And she's like walking in here, but then she sees a ghost, and then she hears a voice, a very sexy, handsome voice. And she's like, damn, I've never wanted to fuck a ghost before, but suddenly
I'm considering. It's funny because she sees him, right? This first time too. Because I even think she says like he's kind of
sexy.
He's kind of slay. I think she does see him.
Yeah, she does see him. But I think at first he was kind of like translucent, but then you can see more of him.
Oh wait, no. She doesn't really see him, but she feels him because she wears this locket. She like that she has all the time.
Oh,
and it pulses when he's near.
But the locket was her mother's,
yes.
And when she transferred the power to her, then the locket it's hers now, so she can never take it off. And even her mother, when she was alive, she was like, "You can never take it off. It's life or death, okay?" So yeah, she sees this ghost, this sexy ghost.
Yeah.
And I don't remember what he tells her.
He tells her,
calls her angel.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was gonna say bitch.
The only bitch. What?
Angel. The only way I can get out is if you give me a heart and a key.
Mic drop.
Disappears. Who was that sexy bitch?
But he does tell her, I hope I never see you again, because it's kind of like a danger to her.
Yeah.
To be close to him. Dude, I was in it. At this moment, I was like, fuck.
Dude.
It's going to be juicy.
Okay. Thoughts. Because I was over here, Phantasma. I don't know why my bilingual brain didn't go like, ghost. Because Phantasma means ghost. You should know that. I was like, wait, is she actually, like, are they gonna, because I couldn't imagine, because when I think of a ghost, I think of you only being able to see it because you have, like, a higher
frequency.
Yeah, just my brain is so big, so I can see ghosts, but you can't. But
brain's so small.
Can you imagine if, like, fucking a family dinner? I want you to meet my husband. Like fucking nothing. Oh, bless you.
Say bless you. Don't be fucking rude.
I know. Come on, everyone. Bless you. Gosh, it's okay, babe. Can you imagine? And then I was like, here's the other thing. Wait.
Okay.
Because at this point, I was like, judging by the cover, I don't want to make assumptions, but I'm going to guess there's going to be sex in this book. If a bitch walks in on them, what will they see?
What will it look like?
Will they see someone?
That is so funny that you say that, because someone did walk in on them.
Okay, and we'll get to that because I want to dissect that shit. What will they see? I need the audience to really think about this. What would you see? I don't know how else to word it. Because, like, if she's there,
spread open,
do you just see that part of her?
Oh my god,
that's what I'm saying. I'm just like, isn't that kind of fucking crazy? Isn't that kind of fucking crazy?
We don't need to go into specifics.
Can you have ghost babies?
Read the book. I mean, of course.
Half ghost, half baby.
Of course. Have ghost, half baby. Have ghost, half human.
We'll get into this later. We'll get into it in my 200 slide PowerPoint.
Can you imagine if you did prepare a 200 slide PowerPoint?
Oh, if I had the fucking time.
Love that, actually. But
I'm already missing this book, and we're not even done talking about
it. I'm so sad already. We haven't even gone to the fucking
juicy part,
juiciness of the story.
Then let's kind of speed
ahead. Before we go ahead,
okay.
There was a page at the front. Did you look at it?
No, I didn't. What was it? Show me Queen. Show me Queen as I talk about.
It was the order of hierarchy.
Oh, show me. Oh, I remember hearing that. It was the phantasmas, the ghouls.
Yeah, but do you remember
the ghosts?
The ghost?
Can you imagine?
Ghost was last, I think.
Can you imagine if Kaylie took this time to like roast her readers in the bottom? Fucking you. It's like, oh.
You reading this?
Okay.
I mean, she's
kind of
right, though. Did we say her name right? Kaylie Smith? I'm looking at it now, so now I know for sure.
Yeah, we said it right.
Okay.
I remember how she spelled it.
Okay, let's see. Hierarchy of paranormal beings. So at the very top, it's King of the Devils. Under that, Prince of the Devils. Under that, Devils. Under that, Demons, which says offspring of a devil and another paranormal being.
Okay.
Under that is Wraiths, which is offspring of a demon and another paranormal being. Okay, I guess who knows?
Yeah.
And then that splits into two. One says other immortal paranormal beings is vampires, shapeshifters, familiars, ghosts. Then the other square says mortal paranormal beings, necromancers, seers, witches, specters. And then classification of ghosts is phantoms, poltergeists, apparitions, and ghouls.
Can you imagine being a ghoul and looking at that table and it's like, I feel like I matter.
I matter too. Fuck.
You know, I know I'm not the strongest one out there, but I think I'm okay.
Oh my god, I forgot that this story started off with a prologue.
What was the prologue?
The prologue was basically like the devil being like wicked and smiling evilly and being like, "What's your decision?" And the character, the female character, is like, "You tricked me." Whoa. I was like, this is so fucking juicy.
Is that supposed to be one of the other?
No, this is them.
That's them?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what point that was.
Oh, we'll get there.
Okay, fine. Oh, no,
I love that he keeps hating you and then you get emotional about it.
My brain is so delayed because I listened to this. By the way, I want to say, I listened to this in 1x speed. Isn't that crazy?
Wow, that's crazy because you usually listen to things in like 3x speed.
Yeah. And then I record it and put that in 3x speed. No, I took this shit in. I took in the audible pauses with the she said.
Whoa.
You know what I mean? I was like,
I don't think I've ever listened to something
silence.
in one
Dude,
speed.
it was funny because
In
there
normal
was
speed.
There was one point where it was a spice scene and I was walking in the hall of my work and I'm like, this feels illegal. Because no one was there. It was like at 6 a.m. No one's there. But I was making copies and I'm just like, I'm gonna speed through this, and I did. I sped through that part, and when I went back to 1x speed, it felt like my life was slow motion. You know what I mean?
Everything was just moving slower around you.
Yeah. So Ophelia, after going through this like whole experience with this figure that she had met, she goes home and she realizes that her sister's not there. And through esculcando, I don't know how to say that word.
She looked around,
I
but
guess so.
without permission. I don't know how to.
Yeah. You know. Just hear the word esculcando. You know what it means.
The word is literally on the tip of my tongue. I don't know.
But through like a really deep search, she basically finds her sister's diary. And in the diary, she realizes that her sister has been obsessed with Phantasma for like years. And she's like, holy shit, my sister is probably there. She probably thinks that the only way for us to save the manor is if she enters Phantasma. Fuck. So then Ophelia's like...
But then in the diary, there's a note that says, find Gabriel. And she's just like, who the fuck is Gabriel?
I thought it was an angel. To be honest, I thought there was going to be an angel in this.
I don't think angels were in that hierarchy. Sorry.
It's okay. So Ophelia, whatever, she goes, I want to skip to the part where she's finally like at the manor. And I think she's like, I'm just here to check if
my
Genevieve,
sister's here.
Yeah, she looks like this. She just points at herself. She looks like this. If you could please tell me. And they're like, we're not telling you shit unless you enter.
Even then, they don't tell her. So
I know, because she's like, okay, fine, as long as you tell me. She enters. Actually, we're not telling you shit if they're not in your group.
Yeah, I thought this part was so interesting. Yeah. So So the way that it's set up, it's broken up into the 9 circles of hell, and it's like a challenge. Each circle of hell is a challenge, and you have to survive it. So I thought it was so interesting that they broke the group into mini groups.
Yeah.
I thought that the mini groups were so that everyone in the group survives and then, outperforms the other groups, but
Like
No.
the group has to work together, but not really work together.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. It's kind of weird to me. Sorry, Kaylee. Spelled with a Leigh. It's
No, it's
weird.
not.
Yeah, it is.
No,
Kaylee, isn't it?
no, it's not.
How is her name spelled? Show it to me. Yes, it is. I'm like 9,000% positive.
There's no GH.
Oh my God. Did I dream it?
Imagine Kaylee's watching this. Who the fuck are you talking about?
Fuck. Oh my God.
Not me.
We're going to get canceled.
By Kaylee. Actually,
So-
Kaylee, please, I'm a fan.
I would be honored.
Half of this podcast is a really big fan of you.
So
Wait. Before we continue,
Yeah.
I love. Okay, so the person who is taking in her information,
Yes.
it was a devil, right? I forgot his name. Jasper.
Yes.
So Jasper was taking it in, and she makes a note that all devils have like something about them that you can tell they're a devil, like horns or a third eye or
Yep.
just something striking like that. And so Jasper warns her, and he's like, "Oh, just so you know, don't fall in love in Phantasma. It's not made for soft hearts." Okay. Love that shit.
And it's funny because at this point, Ophelia kind of laughs like, why the fuck would I do that? Only a stupid bitch would fall in love
Unless
here.
there's some sexy ghosts in here,
Everyone-
I would never.
Wait, wait a minute. Everyone, I would never fall in love in Phantasma. Are you kidding me? Someone tell me I told you so if I fall in love, because I know I won't. Thanks, everyone. Mic drop.
Can you imagine though? I feel like when she walks in, does she meet everybody?
I don't think so.
She runs into Cade though,
Yeah.
which he was immediately a bitch, but
I didn't understand Cade. Like I didn't care for him.
I get
didn't
it.
want him
I
there.
feel like there always has to be a person who is very much like every man for themselves.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna win this, and I don't care what happens to you.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
Can I say something? Sorry, Kaylee. I did not give a fuck about any of these trials except for like 2 of them.
No, I thought the trials were so good.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was
because I thought about Serpent in the Wings of Night, and remember in that one we were like, I didn't care
okay.
about the
Same. Okay, same. Because Serpent, I fucking love that book so much.
Same.
By Carissa Broadbent. The third book came out yesterday.
Can't wait to read it. Name me one trial
No,
in Serpent in the Wings of Night besides the last one. Go ahead.
Okay, you know what's funny? I don't even remember the last one.
Literally the main one.
No, you're right, because I love that book. I can't name a single fucking
I can
trial.
name you every single one of these circles in
Okay,
hell.
good. I'm glad you can, because to me,
Because I can't.
no, I can name a couple. I
Okay.
can't tell you which one it represented.
Okay.
So I remember the pleasure one, the lust
Lust
one.
is literally the pleasure one.
Oh, okay. I remember that
The
one.
pleasure one, the ecstasy one,
The lust,
the one where
the
she,
sex one,
the one where
the one where she has sex. Am I missing one?
it's all the
You can
same
see
one.
where my mind was. They brought that one up first. No, I remember the
Even though she
pleasure
doesn't
one.
have sex in that one.
No,
but-
she doesn't. Because she's waiting.
She's waiting for the ghost to just like harden up a little bit.
I'm gonna fucking cry, dude. I'm like fucking losing it. Okay, it doesn't matter what I remember. It doesn't fucking matter. Okay, so she goes into this trial. She meets the other people. I don't want to talk about them right now, so put them to the side. She goes to her room, and it's funny because she walks in like, you know, for this being Phantasma, this is kind of slay.
Yeah, but they did warn her that by going in, she is allowing them to know her deepest, darkest fears.
Yes.
And so they call it a haunting. So I think every night, one specific person goes through a haunting, which is just kind of like their biggest fear.
I kind of love that. Okay, slay. I get to stay in this cool ass room and basically sleep all day until I have to experience hell. That's every single day of my life.
So no big deal.
No big deal. So she immediately has like a moment where she's like, okay, this room is kind of slay. And then like a ghost cat comes in and leads her to a door.
Oh my God, the ghost cat. I love that shit.
Poe, was that its name?
Mm-hmm.
It's a cute ass name.
I was thinking about you though, because I remember how much you fucking hated the cat in Pumpkin Spice Cafe.
Yeah.
Remember that?
This cat I cared for. Poe, that's a cute ass name for a cat. Casper, every cat is named fucking Casper.
Really?
Get in line. I feel like that's such a common name
That's
for
how
people.
I feel about Luna for dogs.
Yeah, that's common. Do you know what are the 3? I'm sorry. I have to say
Tangent.
this. Do you know the 3 most common names for pets? Top 3.
Just any pet?
Yes.
Or just
dog
dogs?
and cat. 3 most common names.
I'm going to say Luna, Princess. I had another one in mind. Oh my God, where did it go? Bella.
Okay, can I tell you what they are?
What?
Max, Jeffrey, Charlie.
You're joking.
No.
Those are literally your pets.
Those are my 3 pets.
No wonder you were looking at me like...
You're all basic bitches. I fucking love them anyway.
Mm-hmm.
What were we talking
Basic.
about?
Basic.
They are basic. They're beautiful.
That's okay. I love them too now.
Thank
Okay,
you.
let's get back on track. So the cat leads her into like a narrow pathway.
Yeah.
Do you remember why?
I don't remember what
But
it
she
was, but it was bad in there because wasn't it bloody as fuck?
Yeah, but doesn't she meet the sexy ghost? The sexy, handsome.
It's funny. If I had opened the door and I knew that was the sexy ghost, like I knew, I would have been like, fucking finally. I've been waiting.
You know how I said I wouldn't fall in love? I was JKing. I'm ready, bitch.
Okay, can I say something? I thought it was pretty funny that this whole love rule, it didn't, because basically, I'm going to say it now, if you fall in love, a curse will be put on you.
Mm-hmm.
I assumed that the first feeling of love, a curse would be put, but it isn't until you say I love you.
You have to say the words.
You have to say the word.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine if that wasn't the case? And as soon as she opened the door in that first day and she saw him there, all of a sudden, like fucking sirens. I fall too hard.
I'm a Pisces. I'm sorry. Okay, fuck. I can fix him.
Do you blame me? Do you blame me? How is no one else in here in love with him?
Oh, you can't see him.
Okay.
Sucks to suck.
So I think when they first meet, he's a little confused because the first thing she says is like, "It's you again."
Yeah.
And he's like, "What the fuck
And
are you
he's
talking about?"
really confused. He's just like, I've never met you before. And I was thinking, oh my God, how does he not remember her?
How do you not? You don't remember all this?
You don't remember this sexy body? I
my
wore
God.
my tightest outfit.
She really did though, because I like the point where she was like, you know, I know I'm going to be going down the stages of hell, but I still got to wear my corset.
Yeah.
My faja. Dude, I fucking
Not
love
the
that. I love, dude, until death. I
Gotta look hot.
Slay all the way.
Yeah.
It'd be funny if like mid-fight she's like bleeding out and they're like, we're gonna have to take off your faja. No, keep it on.
Anything
please.
but the faja.
Please. Don't see me for what I am.
She's like, I would rather die in this circle of hell. Okay, we need to speed it up
I'm
because
sorry.
we still got 9 circles of hell to get through.
We're not even in the first one. Okay, whatever. So they basically realize that for some reason there's this weird.
This weird connection.
It's funny because what if he was more like, we got to figure out what's going on, and she's like, are you feeling
this spark? No, but he does immediately call her Angel, and she's thinking like,
Yeah.
okay, maybe he does
I
remember
don't
me.
hate it. I don't hate it. So they come up with like a deal basically because she really wants to find Genevieve and he really wants to get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And so
His memories are very fractured, so
Yeah.
he doesn't have many memories, but he knows that he's trapped here.
So their deal is basically she needs to find, because she brings up like the first time we met you talked about a heart and a key. And so now he's like, that's the most information I've gotten since I've been here. So if you help me find this heart and key, I will help you
with your sister.
No, it's like I will help you pass all of these trials.
Oh, because she can't see her sister until she gets to, I think, the 7th. It's the 7th trial, so she has to pass the 7th one.
Exactly. So if this for some reason isn't met, he gets to take 10 years off of her life. And
I was
it's
like,
kind of
10
like,
years.
but what if I am supposed to die today?
I know. Then what?
How does that work? So but she was basically told, like, if you're gonna die in this, like, basically a week from now or like 2 weeks from now, you're just gonna be dead as soon as you walk out.
Yeah.
So it sucks, but she gets to a point where she's like, there's no other way to get through this without help, because I don't know what these fucking trials are. So I'm gonna trust his sexy heart.
As long as, you know, you stay close by my side, I think I'll be safe.
Okay, so step 1 or no, let's go down the, like, rules. Okay, find the heart, find the key, don't fall in love.
Don't fall in love with me.
Fuck, don't even say
He
it.
was such a flirt too,
Dude,
fucking love that man.
oh my god.
Okay. Let's just jump through the first circle of hell, because I feel like that one, it wasn't that amazing, but
Wait, tell me which one it was, and I'll see if I remember what it
Limbo.
is. It's Limbo.
Literally the first one.
It was Limbo? Like, was it?
Limbo's the first one.
Dude, I don't fucking remember that at all.
So basically, they all walked into complete darkness. Remember that? And I don't remember at what point, but then they stumble into like a hellhound.
Oh,
And
yeah.
And remember, Cade fucking left everyone behind,
Bitch.
because he found a way out. And Ophelia was pissed because there was over here Leon was like on the floor tripping on himself, and she was just like, hello, you need to help everybody else. And Cade was like, no, fuck you guys. So he gets away, and then she ends up helping Leon, and then I think they somehow end up escaping.
Yeah.
But then afterwards, where she confronts Cade, and I don't understand why Cade is so filled with anger. I feel like something was revealed, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember, because it was kind of just like whatever to me. And he wants to fight her.
Yeah.
He like stabs her with a knife in her chest, but she's able to almost like disappear. And she had never done that before. So she was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So she's trying to figure out how she even did that. And he thinks that she's like some sort of demon.
That got in the game.
Yeah. So he's accusing her of being a demon. And then, so the sexy ghost, I think he already introduced himself as Blackwell. So Blackwell shows up behind Cade, and he's like, do you want my help or what?
I'm ready. I've been winding.
Actually, I think he just kind of like shoves him away. So he like,
Oh yeah, she does, because he explains it later. Like, are you guys like, isn't it a little fucking weird that fucking happened to me?
yeah.
And that she's
Cade
over
says
here,
that.
yeah, and she's over here disappearing and shit.
But I think only maybe one person witnessed it. So no one really believed him. Plus,
Yeah.
Cade is kind of just hostile. So
I kind of didn't like. I wish I cared more about the trials. I'm glad you do. But to
I
me,
love
it
the
kind of
trials.
felt like we didn't really know much about these characters, except for the fact that they were all once friends with Genevieve. That's the only thing.
well, just Lucy was there?
Well, yeah, but they were in the same social circles, so everyone knew each other.
What's her name? Lucy.
Lucy.
Okay. Well, Lucy was cousins with Cade. So she kind of like apologizes to Ophelia for the way that he is, but she's like, that's my cousin, sorry about him.
Yep.
And she kind of just stays close to Leon, and because she didn't defend Ophelia when Cade was like attacking her.
Well, it was the second time he attacked her, because at the second time,
But I kind of just want to like
Okay, go ahead.
go
ahead, Queen.
when Cade like attacks her again and tries to tell everyone that she's like some sort of demon, Lucy doesn't do anything, doesn't really react or anything. And so now the shadow voice is telling Ophelia, you know what, you should just kill her because she's a bitch anyway.
Shadow voice, I totally fucking agree.
Shadow voice, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to make friends here.
Oh my gosh. That shadow voice shit. Did you hear the audiobook?
Yeah.
Dude, that shit was crazy.
I was so scared.
I know, when it was like knock on the door 3 times, or everyone.
Fuck, where's the door?
Dude.
Do you ever get that though, where you're like, if I don't do this, something is gonna go wrong?
Yes, I do.
Me too.
I do, but mine is more just like finishing a task. You know, not just like a compulsive thing. I'm like, oh my god, if I don't grade all these papers tonight, the world's gonna end.
That was me when I was small. Like I had this I don't know. It was so weird. I had this thought in my head, like if I didn't say goodbye to my mom, I would never see her again. I don't know why that was like ingrained in me until one day I was like, no, but I saw her. So okay.
Did you ever, when you were growing up and your parents would take you somewhere and they would put on Spanish radio stations, did you ever hear those little creencia stories? Where they were like little 1 to 2 minute stories, and at the end it's supposed to teach you a moral?
I think I did, but I can't remember any.
And that, because the one that you just said, what you just said, reminds me of the one that was like the teenage girl who loved her daughter, but as she grew up, like would fight with her often, and every day she would have to say I love you to her mom, but one day they had a fight in the morning and she didn't, and when she came home her mom had like a heart attack. And then it was like niños y niñas, boys and girls, say I love you to your mom. And I remember when that happened and my mom turned around, oh well.
well I'm waiting. Damn. Okay.
Yeah,
I do remember those, but I don't really remember any specifics.
It.
Okay, so let's go to the second circle of hell. Lust.
Did you write them down?
No, this is already a thing.
Oh, okay. I thought you had notes.
No. Well, I do have notes, but don't look at my notes.
Oh, they're all about Blackwell.
Of course.
Okay, go ahead.
I highlighted all of the important parts.
Second circle was lust.
So what was that one?
So that was fucking crazy because I thought that was going to be one of the last ones. Because I thought it was going to be like very slow. Very slow
very
tension.
Sexy.
Dude, fucking day 3. And it's like literally day 3 of Phantasma. And Ophelia's just like, okay, lust, I got this. I got no bone.
Also, I sorry, I do want to bring up that they always started it with like a riddle.
Oh my God.
I really
I'm
like that.
so glad you brought that up because the 6th or 7th riddle I want to talk about. But second one, they're just like, riddle, about to fuck shit up. Okay, guys, everyone pick a mocktail. Okay. Jasper's like, I tried really hard with these. Pick a mocktail. She picks one, whatever. Ophelia drinks it.
It's not Jasper. It's the female demon.
Oh, I don't remember her name. But
because she's like super lustful.
Okay. Is it Rhea?
And I think it started with a D.
Whatever. So all I know is this: for this trial, every person has to take a drink, and the drink is going to like be a certain lust. So Ophelia gets bloodlust, and she's immediately at a fucking club, and you see bitches Cirque du Soleil it up there, and just she's so like, oh my God, I don't know why, but I just want to rip my skin open because bloodlust. And it's funny because I thought she would be more like, alert. She completely gave into it.
I know. I was shocked too. I was like, girl, second trial. And
how are you gonna make it to 9th?
Yeah.
So
it didn't really feel like they were forced to take the drink though. So I wonder, did everyone take a drink?
I think so. I think everyone had a different experience. I really, really hate that we didn't get to see the other experiences. You know what I mean? And I think that's one issue I have with this book is the fact that I felt like more was happening on the outside than the inside. I felt like her life was more dangerous not in the trial. So when she was like in a trial, she'd fucking thank God.
She's like,
I don't have to deal with fucking Blackwell.
I can just like relax a little bit.
Porrick boys, and she's over here. They're all fucking around her. There's like a demon behind her, I think, and it's like, just let me see your neck. Let me see your neck. Don't move. And she's like, what the fuck are they doing? And it isn't until Blackwell comes up, and he's like, let's go. And she's so like into the bloodlust, she can't even like see who it is, but she's like, I recognize that sexy voice anywhere, and she follows him. And then Blackwell takes her into how I imagine this is like, beaches that have like those beds that have
the cabanas.
Yeah, that's kind of what I imagined. Okay. So they go to another bed, and he's like begging her to let him kiss her.
Well, first he gives her an antidote, and so she calms down, and then he's like, okay, the way for you to win this is we have to share blood. Or well, he paints it as like you could pick anybody, but I'm here willing, so I take your blood.
Pick anyone.
shows his neck to her.
It's a tattoo here.
So he explains to her that I have to take a bite of you, drink a little bit of blood, and then you do the same to me.
Yeah.
And they're going to do that, but then they end up kissing. And she's just like, whoa, this is very anticlimactic. Like, his lips are so cold and gross.
Yep.
But so then when she pushes him away, and then she's just like, wait, you're not Blackwell? And so when she made the deal with Blackwell had told her, just call my name 3 times and I'll show up. And so I guess she had said his name 3 times, but like not consecutively.
No, she had only said his name twice.
No, because she had said his name, and then she said his name again, and then she was like, "You're not Blackwell," and then he showed up.
You're right. And so other Blackwell shows up. Fuck, who's this sexy guy here?
No, the actual Blackwell.
Yeah. Actual Blackwell shows up, looks at other Blackwell. You fucking ugly bitch.
You wish. No, it was a ghoul, wasn't it? It was like something that masked himself.
And it was funny because when the other Blackwell showed up, he was like, I mean, I know we're in the middle of like you trying to get out of here, because they had to get out of there before 4 chimes passed, and they were on the 3rd chime, and he's like, but I just wanted to say that the thing that pops up is the thing that you're like sexually craving the most, and like, slay. Okay, let's get out of here.
He's like, wait, I'm kind of honored though. Should we talk about it or no?
No.
Too soon? Okay.
No, we'll talk about it. Let's just get out of here first. And so while they're escaping, it's funny because even on like, because under one of the beds is like a floor hatch. Is that what they're called?
Yeah. So I think the riddle had said something about the escaping under a bed. And so they're like trying to find the right bed, and then they find it and then they escape.
And I think it's funny because even when they're escaping, the man that's in the room where they were also turns into Blackwell. And she's just like, fucking not right now.
She's like, God damn. But like, imagine 3 Blackwells. I mean, I'm just saying.
Wait, hold on. It's funny because she's escaping. All 3 of them are in there. And she's like, hold on a minute. Hold on.
What's the rush?
Now, hold on now.
The chimes, like, it takes like a couple minutes. You guys are ghosts, you know. You could be fast, I'm sure.
Let's not waste an opportunity here. So they leave. I fucking love how much of a flirt Blackwell is, because the whole time he's like, I mean, if that's your fantasy, it won't compete with reality, bitch. I mean, Angel.
Yeah, he calls her Angel.
So a lot of tension between them, but she's just kind of like, whatever, I don't want to fucking hear about it. Let's just whatever, go on. What's the next level?
Well, they
don't kiss yet, right?
They do kiss, because remember they were looking for clues.
Yeah.
And then I think a haunting happens or something, because then acid starts falling, and they end up climbing into like a little, not like a little tunnel, I guess. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like a little narrow pathway. And so they like crawl into it. They go into a different room, and then her clothes are like kind of like burning off because of the acid. And I think,
oh, you're right.
And I think he's kind of like, what's the word? Not making fun of her, but teasing her about like, oh, you pictured me. Okay. I mean, but he's also kind of offended. He's like, you thought that over there had this much passion?
You thought I would beg?
Okay, so then he says, are you sure you want me to tell you? Oh, no. Okay, let me start with she says. She says, let's hear it. How would things have gone if it really had been you and not an illusion?
Wait. I did want to bring up... Oh, wait, no, it doesn't happen yet. I was going to talk about what Jasper said, but that's after. Okay, go ahead.
He says, are you sure you want me to tell you? He shifted until their lips were practically touching, or would you like me to show you instead? And she's just feeling like, well, very attracted to this man. And she's
finally,
like,
the day I can kiss a ghost.
Finally, I've been waiting for this moment. She says, show me. If he was shocked by the conviction in her voice, there was no indication. And as soon as the permission fell from her lips, he was moving, capturing her lips with his own, no hesitation, no timidness, as if this had been inevitable to him all along. And it was electrifying. I'm just gonna summarize that part. It was electrifying. Yeah. So that was her first kiss. And do they fuck after that?
No, they don't.
Not
yet. But it's so sad.
You're so sad.
I'm already sad. So it makes me so sad because they're like, okay, this is nice. And it's also really nice because Blackwell also compliments me all the time, and he's always just like, good girl, you're doing so good. Oh, I'm so proud of you. And you're just so fucking nice.
Yeah, because she does make a point that her mother wasn't like that.
No.
And she's like, well, I've never heard anyone be
praise.
proud of me before.
Yeah.
So she really likes it.
So it just made me sad because there's a part where Jasper, because he likes messing with them. And he's known Blackwell for a long time. So he's just like, oh, so this is the one you're kissing, making out with, kind of like the others? You know, he does that a lot. Gosh.
He's like, man, we can't get this man off of the contestants.
And it kind of makes her feel like, oh.
Guess I'm not special.
Okay, fuck this bitch then. No, she just feels really hurt.
Yeah.
Me and you both.
It's like he's cheating on me.
Dude, can I say something? We're gonna skip a lot. You need to read this book. If you're listening to this and you're like, I'm not gonna read it, I'm just gonna listen to my favorite girlies talk about it, you need to read this book.
It's so good.
It's so good. But can I say, I thought the spice in this book, first of all,
oh my god,
dude, it was so fucking good. But I also thought it was funny because the way it was written, I thought her dialogue was amazing. But she wouldn't write dialogue in the spice unless it was like near, I mean, I don't want to say something weird on YouTube, but near the most climactic part of the spice would she put in dialogue. So everything else would be spoken in past tense or in imperfect. And I thought that shit was so funny because it felt very storytelling like. So I felt like I was sitting there on a grandma chair like, oh my God,
you did what?
So I thought it was funny because of the way that it was written. But it was so fucking good. I feel like the first time they have sex isn't until after the 4th level, though.
Yeah.
So what was the 3rd level?
It's not a slow burn, which I kind of appreciated because, you know, I was
too.
a little over the slow burns.
I appreciated it too, but it kind of still felt like, not like a slow burn, but it felt like the shoe was about to drop. Because when you started noticing that they cared, it was just kind of like, fuck, one of them's gonna slip
fall
up.
in love. You'll be cursed. Wait, he's already cursed. So then what happens? Okay, so the third circle is gluttony.
Okay.
And the riddle was, above a fiery abyss, your gilded cage must rise. But when it does, others will dive. Golden weights around your chains, greed's alluring song, a dangerous game. A sea of temptation, a choice to unfold. Decide if your life is worth its weight in gold. Dude, I loved this one.
Dude, can I just
this
say
was
something?
So good.
Can I just say something? If we were in a room where there was like, here's the riddle, and they read it, I'd be like, I don't even fucking get it.
I don't know how much I weigh. I don't weigh myself.
Okay, guys, go in. And I'm like, can I get like a little paper and write it down? Like,
is this a math equation?
That wasn't even the one that got me the most.
That's how I feel it if we ever did an escape room, which I have no interest in doing because
wait,
I will
hold
suck.
on.
No, dude, I have no brain for that.
I have a little bit. And together we make one whole brain. I think we could do it.
I don't think I could do it.
Guys,
no.
Convince Yajaira to do I already forgot what you said. An escape room. That would be amazing. There's so many near us. Oh my God.
I don't want
Let's escape out of this room. Ready, go.
Okay. Do you remember this one?
No.
This one was the one where everyone was in a cage and they had to kind of like pull themselves up from it. Mm-hmm. And Cade, I guess like while you're pulling yourself up, there was like gold.
Yeah.
And he would put the gold in his cage, but it would weigh him down.
Greedy bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
I also kind of love that she took forever to summon Blackwell. And it was just his voice because he couldn't actually physically be there or else he would weigh down the cage.
Yeah.
And then she burned her hand, remember?
Yes. Dude. Okay. I don't remember what happens after this third one, but I feel like something really big happens.
No. Not in this one.
Okay, what's the 4th one?
Greed. Oh, no, wait. Hold on.
No, greed was this one, wasn't it?
I'm really confused, but I think that might have been greed then. So I think this is gluttony. A deadly game unfurls upon a twisted board. Watch every step you take or your fate will be untoward. To gain the upper hand, levers are in play, but be careful which you choose. The pendulum swings both ways. Temptations in numbers don't overcount. Forward or backward, a single key to get out.
This one, she didn't ask him for help. And that's when he got fucking upset, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think they were already fighting by this point.
I thought it was so funny how it gave me vibes of Saw, of the Jigsaw one, which is when they woke up with like a chain over their neck, because that's how they were. They had a chain over their neck, and he was like, I guess they had been talking about choking. Yeah. She was like, it looks like I'm not into choking. And he was like, yeah, not by metal collars at least. Babe, don't
fucking tempt me.
No, but he was there.
Okay.
He was there with her.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Ophelia. That's as much as I'm singing. We're not going to get copyrighted here.
This one was the one where Eric was trying to kind of like sabotage her. Was it this one?
I think so, because afterwards is the...
He was trying to sabotage her, and she was like, oh, you know what? Fuck you. And so she pulled a lever so that the pendulum would swing, and it ended up... I think it came towards him, right?
I think so.
Or
but he doesn't like... No, right?
No, he does. Oh, girl. He does.
So that's
Blood
what I wanted to
splatters on her.
That's what I wanted to talk about, because when she kills Eric, which is another one of the contestants, because she had to choose herself over him, obviously. Mm-hmm. At this time was when her and Blackwell were fighting, because I remember her being back, and Blackwell was like, "Why didn't you fucking call me earlier?" But he was upset, and then she was like, "I called you. I called you like 6 times. You didn't answer," and he was like, "Fuck, I would have came. Like I would have." And the way that it described his face at this moment, it was like he was experiencing like frustration and something more. But in her mind, she's like, but I'm not going to think about what that something more is. Yeah. Because that seems like territory that starts with the letter L. So I'm just not going to think about it. Mm-hmm. And
I thought it was really sweet though, because she was kind of frozen after Eric's death. And he kind of like talked her out of it. Like, come on, Angel, like you need to go get the key, or come on, we're on limited time here. And then I love the part where Lucy sees her, once she's out, and she's like, oh my God, that's so much blood. And she's like, yeah, it's Eric's.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So what do you think they're giving in the cafe?
Starving.
Dude, I felt like fucking Ophelia never ate, by the way. And I just thought that was crazy.
I know. So after this moment with Eric, that was when she wanted the distraction, remember?
That's why it's called distraction.
When she was like, distract me, bitch. And he was like, no, I can't do that. You're overwhelmed. You're sad. And you're too sexy in that sexy corset. Bitch. And she's just like, fine, I'll do it myself then.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, Ophelia. Bitch.
Dude, it's so funny that you say her name with a Spanish accent, because it feels like we're talking about drama at the fucking laundromat. Oh my God, Ophelia did that shit. Dude, I knew she was crazy like that.
I know her. So.
Dude, no, me too. Like I said, anytime there was spice, I felt like I was sitting right there. And I was like, look at them go.
Ophelia.
I knew they'd make it.
Keep it going, Ophelia.
The first time he just touches her, right?
Oh, girl, they're...
The first time. Mm-hmm. And then afterwards, she's like, don't you? And he's like, no, babe, it's about you today. And she's like, I've never experienced something like that. And he's like, more to come, babe. More to come from these ghost hands.
It was in that moment when she kind of felt like, wait, maybe he's like really into me. So weird.
I think you're fucking obsessed with me.
Stop!
Dude.
When was the moment when there was a little bit of sprinkle, a little bit of talk of the prince of the devils? What was that bitch's name?
Sinclair.
Oh, Sinclair.
Fucking Sinclair.
Fuck that bitch.
My name is Sin for Sin and Claire. Because I'm that bitch.
But you can call me Sin.
I fucking hated Sinclair. He was, yeah, he is the one who brings it up because he likes to just sprinkle shit. And can I just say something? I think by this point, Blackwell had mentioned, because him and Ophelia, they butt heads a lot because Ophelia's like, I don't even know if I should trust you. You know, I've called you so many times and sometimes you don't fucking come. Where the fuck are you? So
he did tell her that anytime she gets injured, it kind of like breaks their bond a little bit.
Yes.
And she's been getting injured.
But I did also want to bring up the lust one. He was like, there's never been a contestant, because they do try to trick you. There's never been a contestant that has been given the antidote. So it feels like they're really trying to push you out of here, and I don't know why.
And also, Sinclair, when he first showed up to Ophelia, he was like, oh, why did you make a deal with the ghost? Like, if you made a deal with me, it would take less of your life away.
Yeah.
And so he was trying to tempt her, but she was like, I will never make a deal with the devil. My mother always said, never make a deal with the devil. So I won't.
But I just thought that was interesting how everything was kind of like, she seems more important than this book is letting on, or than
it's because she's getting close to finding
this key,
how to get Blackwell out of here. And Sinclair doesn't want him out. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. What was said about the prince?
Was I talking about that?
I asked.
Well, all I know is that I don't know if it was revealed at this point, but the prince had once fallen in love with, right? That's when they reveal it.
Okay,
and
so yeah.
And I guess his devil dad was like,
never fall in love.
No, with a mortal too.
Yeah.
And he was cursed, and because of that, they do this thing called Phantasma. And now, if you fall in love,
what's the prince's
you're
name?
cursed. Salem, witch trials.
What's his government name?
Oh, dude, you expect me? Salem Alexander the
Salamander.
Wait, can I see how they spelled it? Dude, when they said that, even at one time speed, I'm like, what the fuck is this bitch's name? Salem Alexander.
So what she understands is that Salem is a prince of devils who runs this place as a punishment for choosing the person he loved over his father.
Yes.
And then she realizes, oh, that's why falling in love with this place is falling in love in this place is taboo. Get it?
Sinclair's like, but good thing you're not falling in love, right?
Right?
Oh no, yeah, no.
That'd be so fucking weird if I was.
No, yeah, I would never though. Like with a hot ghost or anything, I would never.
And I think she gets jealous because one of the women demons kind of makes a comment like, oh, remember when we used to fuck?
Yeah. But at this point was when Blackwell and Ophelia were like, okay, we gotta like halt.
Yeah.
Because it feels... Okay, we gotta like halt because it feels like whatever is going on between us is gonna be more.
It's giving L word.
I know, it's giving L word. And I can't do that shit anymore. But Ophelia is the one who's like, I need space. And then as soon as she hears that, she's like, fuck. Why the fuck did I ask for space? And she was like, that shouldn't concern me. I shouldn't care this much. Whatever. And there's a point where she really needs to talk to Blackwell. And it's in the middle of her investigation. And Jasper's just like, oh, he's with Rhea. Yeah.
No, I think Sinclair says that because remember, after he tells her, he's just like, I can give you anything you want. He struggles, you know. It takes him a long time to conjure things, but look at this. I can take you anywhere you want to go. What do you want? What do you want? And she's like, oh, I don't know. I've always wanted to go to a ball. And so they go to a ball, basically.
Yeah.
Wait, when do they kiss?
That's later, because I just want to say when the whole Rhea thing happened, and Blackwell comes in and is like, so you weren't even going to tell me that you won an entire level? Because she doesn't call him at all in one of the levels. And she's just like, well, I could handle it on my own.
Yeah.
And you're apparently too busy. And he looks really upset. And then that's when she asks, so where are you coming from? And he's just like...
I was with Rhea.
No, he's like, why do you ask? And I like the way it's said because she says, like, you could see in his face that he's kind of testing what type of question. He's kind of testing what type of question that is. And when she kind of reveals like, fuck, you were with Rhea, right? You were with Rhea, that's what you were doing. He's like, oh my gosh, jealousy is kind of a cute ass color on you. And she doesn't hide it, you know, that she's jealous. And I think this is the point where she's like, I'm gonna touch myself and you can't do fucking anything about it. Is at that point.
No.
Isn't it?
Well, maybe. There could have been another moment where she's touching herself. But because she's so frustrated with Blackwell, when Sinclair kind of like goes to her, what?
Yeah, when Sinclair goes to her and Blackwell are officially like done. And I feel like that's around the 6th trial already.
I think I said the ball out of order. I don't really remember. Go read the book. It's really good. But basically when she kisses him,
Sinclair,
she doesn't feel anything. And he's kind of like,
dude,
he's kind of like basking on this.
We forgot to mention the best part about this book.
What?
Isn't it kind of funny that Kaylie went into this and was like, I'm going to write a smutty ass book, but I don't have time to take off clothes. You want to be naked? Naked. You want to be by the bed?
I love that shit.
I thought that shit was so funny
He
because
would snap his fingers and her clothes would be off.
Dude, because fucking Sinclair was kissing her like fucking heavily. And then all of a sudden, bam, we're in bed. Bam, I'm already inside you. Fuck, I haven't even, what?
No, they didn't fuck.
No, they didn't, but his whole fucking.
His whole what?
His whole fist. Wasn't it? No, it was like 2 fingers. But it was still enough where it was like, dude, the whole time I was fucking screaming. I was like, I know this isn't cheating, but it feels like it.
You're cheating, bitch.
And it hurt because when Blackwell figured out, it was because of the trial where it was like the truths and the false, whatever. Truth and lies.
Let's talk about the trial, the circle number 6, which was the seat. I think she changed it. Unless it's something different. Whatever. Okay, so deceit, the riddle was a trial of secrets where blood reveals the price. True or false, make sure your choice is wise. A crushing truth sealed by uncertain fates. False tales won't help, for your blood knows the stakes. I thought it was so fucking amazing that all of them were kind of like strapped with like a true or false kind of like button. But randomly, you would get a random button. So it would change the player every time. And so obviously they're like, let's just say the truth, or, you know, like, why wouldn't we just be honest with each other? Well, it still sucks for the person who knows the truth, but like they have the random button. So the random button kind of like fucked them over.
Yes. But there were a few things revealed here. I can imagine Blackwell fucking in the at the fucking pit, at the wall, at the fence, watching them like intensely, and he's like, I don't fucking care, I'm just watching because I'm watching. And
I'm a big fan.
Fucking Ophelia's thing that came up was that she's kissed a devil.
She's kissed a devil.
I can imagine just like you hear someone screaming no, and everyone's like, you guys, do you guys hear that?
Babe, they told me you would cheat on me, but I didn't believe them.
Guys,
I said,
what is that?
Not my girl. Not my girl.
The fucking someone in there's like, aren't they supposed to be impenetrable? Like, what the fuck? How could we hear that? But everyone, it was funny because everyone was picking true, and Lucy was gonna pick false, and fucking Ophelia, it's true. I did it, please.
Yeah.
And 2 other things that are revealed is Lucy had been already mentioning that she's been building a relationship with Leon, right?
I don't think it was obvious. At least to me, maybe I didn't pay enough attention to them.
I feel like they were, because they had brought it up before, and she would just talk about like, yeah, me and Leon, we're
friends.
We just kind of like that. But her thing was that she was in love with Leon. And
she said true.
And everyone said,
and Leon was like, say you're joking.
Say psych right now, babe.
Because ew.
And it sucks because out loud he was like, but we promised we would just fool around and like not catch feelings.
Yeah. You swore. You pinky swore.
You swore, you fucking bitch.
On a new moon.
And then his was like, he's not in love with Lucy.
Yeah.
And
that was so sad.
Afterwards, she said, I love you. Right?
Well, I think they were out of this place first, no?
Yeah, so basically this happens. A lot of people die because of the random button.
Mm-hmm.
But when they go out, she says, I love you, and she starts convulsing because that's the curse. And anytime Leon tries to touch her, he can't physically touch her.
Mm-hmm.
And it sucks. She calls quits. She surrenders to Phantasma, and they pull her out of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And it just sucks because then it's funny because can you imagine someone in the team was like, well, good thing none of us other bitches are in love, am I right?
God.
Yeah,
That's so disgusting.
No, yeah, I hate ghosts.
But
It's
then
like we didn't say that. It's like, oh,
but then Leon went through his haunting, I think that same night.
yeah.
And it was so gross.
Which one
Should
was
I
his?
say it?
Which one was his?
He was scared of crows and it poked his
Oh.
eye out.
Oh shit.
And then he surrendered. He was like, get me out of this place.
That sucks. So there was only 3 left by the end. It was Cade,
Ophelia and Charlotte.
yes. What was Charlotte's deal?
I don't remember.
I
I remember. Charlotte she would speak up when needed, but she was very much just like to herself.
I wish we had known more about her.
I'm fine with that.
Okay, well, going to the end, it's funny because after this trial, everyone's fucking fucked up. Blackwell and Ophelia have reached a point where they don't say, "Don't cry," because then I'll cry, bitch. Okay,
I'm sorry. This is so beautiful.
Just rereading it, dude.
I need to reread this
Can
shit.
I say something? It's so hard. First world problems. It's so hard having a podcast because I can't reread shit as much as I used to anymore.
Oh, dude, I've been wanting to reread something so bad, but I can't.
Which one? You gotta say it.
The series, we haven't done it. It's the series that I read before we started the podcast. The One Foot in the Grave series. Halfway to the Grave, I think is the first one.
Damn, we've been thinking about it.
I've been thinking about it because it really made me feel stuff, you know?
I always think about Angels Before Man. I can never reread it.
It's so long.
And it's one of those books, like, you really have to give up every hobby and thing you have in your life to read it because it's so fucking dense.
Yeah.
So I can't.
And that one really fucks you up emotionally.
Dude, this will fuck me up emotionally. So Blackwell and Ophelia reach a moment in their relationship where they're like, because he approaches her about the whole Sinclair thing, and it's just like, you let him fucking kiss you and you let him touch you. And Ophelia at first reacted like, why do you care what I do with my life? You know, you shouldn't care. And he's like, I fucking know that. And I think that ends at that point.
Can I
But
read
when
it?
I'm
gonna cry. Okay. Yeah, like you said, they talk about Sinclair, and he tells her that he can't even fathom the thought of another man touching her, especially him. Yeah. But then, skipping forward, she says, I need you to know that you are the only person who has ever made me feel like I'm capable of anything. The only person who has ever made me feel truly seen. Sinclair's touch meant absolutely nothing. That's why I let it happen. And she continues, but your touch means fucking everything, and that's why we can't cross that line again. And he grasps her face in his hands and says, in a different life, in a fair one, I would have kept you until my eternal soul withered away to dust, he vowed to her, and then she was gone. No, and then he was gone.
If I was the bitch, he's grabbing my face and then he disappears.
Girl, I would have forfeited that. I'd be like,
that could be me. Dude, I wonder how the drivers during my commute around me felt.
Swerving.
No, dude, I was screaming.
Really?
I was dude, like I said, I had to pull over because I was like, pass out and die, or just emotionally die over here.
I also love that on the following chapter, it's the night 8 of Phantasma. It says, Ophelia stayed in bed until the sorrow in her soul ebbed and the dinner bell chimed. Bitch.
They said don't fall for a ghost.
And what did we do? We fell for a fucking ghost.
But after
okay, well anyway, so next circle of hell is violence. No, that's immediately after.
Oh, go ahead. You're right. That is first. Violence. She fucking goes for it because she has to beat the fuck out of Cade.
So it says a choice of two tokens, a decision to make. If all only take one, nothing is at stake. If two choose one and the third takes all, the third will walk, the others will brawl. If two choose all and the third takes one, the third will be free and the other two are done.
Can you imagine me at 5 a.m. fucking tired as fuck listening to that part? And I was like, bitch, what?
You were like,
how many 1 to 2 to 3 to 2
token? You're like, let me draw this shit out.
Do I have to use the Pythagorean theorem? Like, I don't fucking know.
Honestly, I didn't really get it, but it reminded me of that game show. Remember Friend or Foe?
Yes.
Dude, throwback. But basically, like, you know, you're kind of like being strategic about it. Like, do you want to screw everybody over? And he did. Kate wanted to screw everyone over.
All I want to say in this fight is that I thought it was really funny that after she offs Cade, because she does.
She kills him, yeah.
And blasts his fucking face.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was funny how she kind of sat there and she was like, okay, slay. And she did that. Thank you.
Yeah. And it kind of felt like it completely changed her because then afterwards, remember what happens to the shadow voice?
The shadow voice appears.
Mm-hmm.
He's there and he's like, bitch, now that you did something shitty like that,
you unleashed me.
And now look at me, bitch. I can sing, I can dance. I'm out of here to wreak havoc.
Don't they fight though?
Yeah, they do fight because she doesn't want to let it go. Mm-hmm. She's like, I would rather have you in me the rest of my life than see the things that you're capable of out there. Mm-hmm. And she calls for
Blackwell. She keeps calling Blackwell's name, but he doesn't appear.
But I thought it was kind of interesting because this is where I was like, wait, is this OCD or is this magic? Yeah. I wasn't sure. Mm-hmm. But I really liked it because while she was calling him, she was reassuring herself like there's nothing wrong for asking for help. Mm-hmm. And even the shadow voice was like, why are you asking? He's not gonna come. But then it started to panic. Mm-hmm. He was like, oh shit, he's coming. Like, I know.
Hide, bitch.
You hear the fucking footsteps. Shit, get me out of here.
Let me back in, bitch.
Oh, dude, but it was so, I know. Open your mouth. Dude, it's like, you know how you can squeeze toothpaste out of the bottle but can't put it back in? Fuck, how did I do this before? Take off your corset, please. Nah, this shit stays on.
It's glued on, bitch. But I thought it was really smart that they did this scene, and then afterwards Blackwell shows up and he's like, girl, wake up. Girl. You were in your haunting, basically, because that's her biggest fear. The shadow voice.
And it was so sad because when Blackwell showed up, he was like, I was sure you were dead. Mm-hmm. Girl, I don't want to say that L word, but if I fucking could,
it would be coming out of me, bitch. But then he was really concerned about her because she was like clawing at herself.
Shit, bitch, you kind of crazy.
And I love how he was like, okay, you weren't calling me, but I felt you calling me.
Yeah.
I've never had that sort of connection with any other contestant before. Shut the fuck up.
So after this trial,
wait, can I say the sweetest line anyone's ever said? Ever?
Okay, go ahead.
So Blackwell tells her,
I'll try not to cry.
In all the darkness and all the loneliness, you have been my one source of light. My soul will go to its grave with your name echoing in my mind. Yeah, it will.
And then she was like, remember how I asked for space and that we were fighting and that we wouldn't L-word each other?
I changed my mind.
Kind of want to L-word you.
So they're going to like kiss, but then Cockblocker shows up, Genevieve. Fuck.
You know what I thought was funny?
Timing.
Dude, they were fucking loud, first of all. You could fucking hear them from across the hall. Fucking the demons, the ghouls and the ghosts. Please. I haven't slept. But it's funny because Genevieve, I feel like he's like halfway in her when Genevieve's like, hey sis, stop getting fucked. I really need to talk to you.
But I love how Genevieve was so like proud of her. She's like, oh my God, you're here for 3 days. Well, what was it? 7 days? 7 days and you're getting fucked by a sexy ghost?
Damn, bitch. Not even the underworld can stop you from getting it. So I fucking, as soon as Genevieve came up, remember at the beginning when I told you, fuck this bitch, Vivi, leave. I was like, Genevieve!
I missed you, bitch!
sounds so like anticlimactic. They just sat down. Okay, tell me the tea.
Yeah.
What's the tea? And they caught each other up. And basically, there was a moment where Tessa,
The mom.
yeah, where she apparently like was contacting the devil, right?
So we didn't talk at all about Ophelia doing research on the key and whatever, because through this research she finds out that Gabriel is actually her dad.
Yeah.
And Gabriel and Tessa were both in Phantasma, and that's how they met.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why she never learned about this was because they fell in love in Phantasma, so their love was cursed. And so Tessa was completely like disgusted by this man and was like, get the fuck away from me. Ew. And so if I remember correctly, the reason why she can like disappear and reappear is because the dad is a specter.
Yes.
And so Vivi does the same thing. Mm-hmm. So she can also disappear and appear wherever.
Yeah.
And so the dad, Gabriel, went back to Phantasma because he wanted to kind of like fix his family. He wanted to see his girls. And we can't really say it yet.
And let's hold on to that.
Yeah.
So he went back to Phantasma because at the end of Phantasma you can ask for
a wish.
One wish. So that's as much as we know so far. I thought it was really sad because this is going into the 8th trial now. And or is it the 9th one? Is this the last one?
I think this is the 8th. There's
because the last one doesn't really count because the last one just going in to talk to the devil.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the second to last big event that happens. And Ophelia convinces Genevieve to go home.
Because Sinclair says something ominous. Like, oh, I'm so glad you guys are reunited.
Yeah. Also, Sinclair was the one who led Genevieve to Ophelia. Mm-hmm. So it just feels like everything's like they're like plotting something. Yeah. But Genevieve goes home. I think it's funny because like this is such a dramatic moment. You don't know if your sister's going to make it out alive. She's like literally going to the last stage of hell. And she's like, Genevieve,
get the fuck out.
And also clean the house, please.
You left your room. Disgusting.
Genevieve, we haven't been there for a week. Trash has passed twice. we really need to do something about that shit. Mm. So
they're on level 8 now, which is fraud.
Yes.
So what happens in fraud?
I thought this one was really funny because basically Ophelia's put in a room with 2 Genevieves.
Is this the riddle that you thought was funny?
No, the other one I thought was funny with the
because this
turn 1 path, 2 paths, 3 paths, and I was like, fuck, I can't do that shit.
I can't do math. So this riddle just says choose wisely.
And bitch, what am I gonna do with that?
I can't choose wisely.
I've been wise a day in my life.
So in this trial, she basically sees her sister, but like 3 versions of her, or 3 clones of her, and she has to decide which of these 3 clones is actually her sister.
And they all look alike. They all know they have memories.
Yeah,
of that.
Because
Genevieve
remember, Phantasma took all of everyone's memories, so they know that much. But I thought it was smart for her to ask questions that she read in the diary.
Yeah. But
the way that they answered was kind of just like unhelpful.
It was funny because the one that really got her was when she asked Genevieve, how many men have I kissed or whatever. And I could just imagine Blackwell's like, yeah, how many? Just 1, right? The 2, you know? And then one of them says 3 and the other Genevieve says 11. Can you imagine Blackwell like 11?
Wait, what?
Other bitches?
I thought she asked how many you've kissed. How many men have you kissed?
Oh.
Yeah.
Man, I misunderstood that.
Because I remember her thinking like, there's no way there's this many people that I don't know about. Because how would...
But even then, how did she know neither is Genevieve?
I know.
How did she know? I didn't understand how she came to that conclusion. That's so fucking confusing.
I don't know.
Can I say something though? She was right. She walks out of the trial and it hits her because basically Blackwell had told her, if you were to fail that trial, then the real Genevieve's going to die. Mm-hmm. If you die in Phantasma, you die in real life. Mm-hmm. So you need to choose wisely. And then she was like, wait, how long does it take you to die after this trial? Like if someone gets it wrong. And he's like, I don't know, like 48 hours. And then that's where she makes the connection about her mom.
Yeah, that she died suddenly because the dad failed this level.
But the fact that the dad was still trying to get back.
But he failed, so what a bitch. Wait, so the trials are always the same? I thought they would be like a little different every time.
No, because I thought so too. That's what was getting to me with this book, because I was like, these trials are kind of ass. Wait, this is what hell's about?
No, girl, I
This is what hell's
disagree.
about? I can handle that shit. Trials, I can handle easy. Falling in love with a ghost.
That would be your downfall. I just know
I
for a
know,
fact.
dude, it would. Day one, I'd be already cursed.
You'd be like, where are the sexy ghosts at? I heard there were many here. Okay, so the next thing is level 9, which is treachery.
Yeah.
And at that point, she was like, time to go meet the prince of the devils.
So Blackwell, see you on the other side. And he tells her, like, you will see me again soon.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, you will see me again outside of Phantasma. And she's like, got it, bitch. And when she crosses to, like, to see the devil, basically, she calls Blackwell.
Mm-hmm.
And bitch is late. But when he does come in, he's like, nice to meet you. My name is Salem.
He says, first, let me reintroduce myself. My name is Salamastris Erasmus Blackwell, Prince of the Devils, but you, Angel, may call me Salem.
How'd you feel? Did you know?
I had a feeling.
I had no feelings.
Really?
And then I had all the feelings.
I had a feeling because he had fractured memories. So I was like,
Why would he?
Why would he have fractured memories? Why is he so important? None of these other bitches have fractured memories. So then in the next chapter, we go back 5 centuries ago, where basically it shows that moment of him being in love with this human girl.
Yeah.
And his dad was like, what the heck? No.
And then when he was killing her, it was like, you either choose your dad and come with me, or you save this bitch. And he chose to save her. Well, try to save her. Mm-hmm. And the dad basically kills her. And then is like, you chose that. This is going to be your curse. Mm-hmm. You're going to be stuck here until you know how to get out. You're going to need a heart and a key. You're grounded. Phantasma's yours now.
Yeah.
And so this is kind of his...
I thought it was
punishment.
A little bit confusing, though, because they made it a big deal about knowing their true name.
Yeah.
So I was like, wait, the dad doesn't know his true name?
You named your son,
you
right?
You named me, didn't you?
Yeah, that was kind of weird, too. I don't know. But
I thought it was
about the name Salem or Blackwell?
Probably Blackwell. I don't know.
Okay.
But I thought it was so funny how after this whole shit, when the dad is like, okay, Phantasma is going to happen this many times and you're not going to know anything and you're not going to get out, basically. I thought it was so funny how he was like, you know what? We got to give it to a necromancer because they can't stand devils.
Mm-hmm. But it just felt so... Because to me, I wish that this wouldn't have been the only way for him to get out. Because were we just here to see him be grounded for 5 centuries? And they knew it was going to go okay at the end?
He's not grounded. He's cursed.
It was basically grounded.
He's cursed.
I hate you, Dad.
Grounded is supposed to end. This bitch is not ending.
No, but they knew it was... Well, did they want him to fail? Because it didn't sound...
Yeah, they did. Why would they give it to a necromancer?
I feel like... The
dad is not rooting for him to find
I don't
love.
think so. I don't think so either. He's a literal devil. But I don't know. It just felt weird to me. So cut back to future times.
Her being like, I don't get it. I don't understand what's happening.
Salem Blackwell is basically like, I just want to let you know, babe, it was all real. Every single second of it. Mm. And she is at this point where like, fuck. I thought
it was so fucking funny when Salem is telling her the story and he gets to the part about the cat and she's like, wait a minute, the cat was in on it? Punk! He knew.
I fucking knew that shit. And it's funny because he's basically like, so that's my story.
That's my story. And also you left the trials a little too early, so you technically didn't win. Sorry.
Dude, that's fucking crazy. So, she was like, fuck, because I would have asked for for your heart and key.
That would have been my wish.
Bitch.
You know, my sister's safe now, so it's giving
What?
Aladdin.
Dude.
I would have wished for your freedom. Bitch, I love Aladdin.
Blackwell's like, 1 moment, please. And he like turns the corner.
I love.
I know. Wait, what'd you say?
Oh.
I didn't say that. Glove.
But she does say that though.
No, she says it at the very end, and he's like, "Don't you fucking
say just kidding."
I love you.
Disappears.
I know, but
Falls into a black hole.
it's so sad because there's basically a moment where she realizes, like, I love you, and this, like, the reason that you could see me at the beginning, the reason why we had this connection is because this is your heart. Like, my heart is your heart. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna give you my heart. But, dude, just fucking Blackwell, ugly crying, like, not everywhere. Like,
no one's ever loved me like this before. You love me? You're so dumb. That was literally the first fucking rule.
You said rule 1, don't fall in love. I said, bitch, I break rules.
So then she gives him the necklace, right, with the heart,
and she feels her heart slowly losing. Sorry, I'm like losing it. It's like slowly.
It's not beating anymore. Basically.
She's slowly passing away. It's mood. So like,
me too. Honestly, at this point, I was like, me too, girl.
Fuck. So I don't remember.
He tethers their souls together. So basically, their lifespans are one. So if he dies, she dies. She dies, he dies.
But he basically says, like, you need to basically say okay. But if you do this, you're alive forever. But that doesn't mean you have to stick with me. Like, you could do whatever you want with your life.
She's like, I'm sorry.
Bitch, oh.
You see any other sexy... Wait, you're not a ghost anymore. Oh, wait.
I don't see a sexy ghost. I see sexy ghosts. It's both of us, bitch. So it ends there. And then we go into the epilogue.
Oh, I know. I was like, a cliffhanger. Kaylee, after the shit you put me through.
I just said, I love you to, it's me. I just said, I love you to this bitch.
And I almost fell into a fucking black hole.
Please, Kaylee. So in the epilogue, she's like running home, Ophelia. Mm-hmm. And she's just like, I gotta give my sister something. I'm so excited to give it to her. And she runs in and she sees Salem standing there. And he's just kind of like, you put me in charge of distracting your sister? You know how hard that shit is? And what do they give the sister?
They give her plane tickets, right?
For what?
A trip.
For what reason? I didn't really get why. Did she say she wanted that?
I think it ties in with the next book.
Oh. Next book?
Yeah, Enchantra. Bitch! But it's Vivi's story. I hope you love Vivi enough.
Lovely. I thought this was a standalone.
It is well.
I thought we were done with this world. I just want to thank everyone who showed up today. It's like a fucking wedding toast. I just want to thank everyone. I want to thank God. I want to thank
Kaylee, I guess.
Kaylee, you're the real one. I always knew. They always said you can't fall in love with a ghost. Bitch, they lied.
So basically, it's like a trip, I think, that they give her. Remember, they say between themselves, oh, and we'll leave later and meet her there.
Yeah.
Because, you want to be a little nasty.
Oh my God, they're fucking crazy.
And the cat is there. Poe!
Yeah, the cat didn't choose to run away, which is wild. And they have like a little moment at the end where he's like, I'm so glad she's gone. We have like a few weeks because I want everywhere. I'm going to have sex with you in every single, you know that little moment, like that little hole right there? That one too, bitch. And she's just like, weeks? That's all you need? And he's like, eternity, bitch. Because it would be forever, bitch. I love you.
You see how no black hole showed up, babe? I love you.
goes outside. Everyone, I love it. And they're like, shut up, Salem. You say this every fucking day.
He's like, you try living in a beautiful manor, half corporeal, no memory, bitch.
But sometimes my dick would disappear. You know how hard the fucking is. The end. Sorry, that was the last sentence I said to close that shit. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine the emptiness?
Justice for him, honestly.
Dude,
for Salem. Justice for him. I love that man.
So yeah, 1 out of 5.
So yeah, honestly,
wasn't that good.
It wasn't that good.
You know what was the last book that had us feeling like this?
Wait, shut up. I know which one.
Which one?
Wait, hold on.
I'm sending it to you.
Serpent.
No, there was one. Oh, can we talk?
Ruthless Vows, which we never put up, but
We never put up. That was the last book that you and I.
We're
Dude, we were
crying
because we posted Divine Rivals, and that is a funny episode because all we did was cry.
Yeah. So just imagine us crying again.
We were crying and we were drinking. That was so funny.
I'm sure we'll put it up
One day. But this book had me feeling alive. I've never believed in love more than I do at this moment. And I'm over here like, is that what it takes? Falling in love with a ghost?
Because I'll do it, bitch. I'll do it.
I think that this book was so well written. I love the dialogue. I really liked, it's just such a romantic way of speaking too, between the characters.
Yeah, the dialogue was amazing.
I do want to say personally, I just feel like so much was going on outside of the trials that I felt like the trials they didn't grip me as much. I know that you really like the trials, but I just wish that it was such a bigger deal.
I feel like comparing it to other books that have had trials, these ones hit more.
Okay, I get that. It just didn't, I don't know. It felt so small to me because I didn't even care about any of the people
Well, I mean,
that were there.
She didn't either, so.
Because then the whole Charlotte thing is like, was Charlotte just in it for the ride?
I think so. I don't remember.
How did she end up?
It never said. She probably died.
That sucks. I want to know about Charlotte.
Well.
Maybe book 3.
Maybe book 3, Charlotte.
I do really like Genevieve, but I'm going to miss.
Stop. The sexy ghost. Prince of the Devils.
Dude,
Himself.
Dude, the spice.
10 out of 10.
Dude, over the fucking top. Oh my fucking God. Anytime they would finish, I'd be like, bravo. Hold up my 10 sheet. Yeah, 10 out of 10.
I'm so proud of them.
I love this book so much. To the point where when I finished reading it, I was like, okay, I need to think about every book I've read this year. Because is this a 5-star contender that can like...
You have so many 5 stars.
I have so many. And Angels and Man, we read this year. Isn't that crazy? Because that feels like another life. I was still living in Cowtown when that happened.
Yeah.
So it's just... Now what do I choose?
I don't know.
Do I choose the angel or the devil?
The Prince of the Devils.
Thank you.
That's up to you.
I give this a 5-star. 5 out of 5.
I think it's obvious I give this a 5-star.
Dude,
I love this book so much. I haven't felt so alive in so long.
Dude, me neither.
After reading a book.
Oh my gosh. I just want to reread this more slowly and actually read it because I listened to the audiobook and I love audiobooks, don't get me wrong, but I miss reading so much because I miss taking notes and I miss like annotating,
Screaming into the void.
yeah,
Into the book.
And I don't know if you feel the same way. I was looking at our list. Do we have bangers coming up?
Dude, I'm so excited.
I am so excited. I'm sorry, I feel like we've been reading some subpar stories recently.
What do you mean? Hexed was so good.
I know, but I feel like
Lights Out was so good.
Lights Out was something.
But I feel like it was something, all right. Well, I mean, when I say so good, I mean like the conversation was so good.
I understand.
And also the story and the love story and the plot
And don't
the
get me
setting
wrong,
and the dialogue.
I'm still a citizen of Dream Harbor, of course. Of course I am. But I forgot how much I missed fantasy until we read this. Dude, I fucking love this shit. I
know.
live for this shit.
This was us when we did Bridge Kingdom too.
Oh, dude, I was
The
thinking
Bridge
about
Kingdom,
her.
Serpent and the Wings of Night, Divine Rival.
Can I say something? Can I
Yes.
say something?
Say
This episode's gonna be long as fuck.
That's
Hope y'all had a meal. Okay, so
a meal and a couple snacks.
something that I don't like. And I'm going to talk about another book that we're going to talk about soon, because currently, if you're listening to this, I suggest you go listen to our Serpent and the Wings of Night, Six Scorched Roses, and Ashes and the Star-Cursed King, because we're going to talk about Carissa Broadbent's Songbird, which is Misha's story.
I'm so excited.
I feel like this book did it. Carissa Broadbent's books do it. And Bridge Kingdom did it. These Hollow Vows does it. I just hate that all of these stories that are fantasy never really portrays like a bulky girl. All of them are always like hourglass. Oh, she's not pretty. She just has light blue eyes and super blonde silvery hair. And it's like, that's every fucking model that was in every fucking magazine when I was growing up.
Yeah.
You know? And I
that.
was a little disappointed too, because for Songbird, Carissa Broadbent released pictures on Instagram of like fan art of Mish. And I'm like, when I imagined Mish, her fucking organs falling out in book 1, when I imagined her to be kind of like tiny, fast, like, you know, one of those, like Alice from
Twilight.
Yeah, but more so because she lived in poverty most of her life. I imagined her to be a little like, I don't know the word for it, kind of like scrappy.
Okay.
But that was like the charm to her. And then they released the pictures and she's like, dude, she's fucking glowed the fuck up.
Really?
Have you? Yeah, they yachified her.
Show me.
Dude,
I haven't seen them. Are they on her page?
So yeah, it made me so angry because I'm just like, what?
I'm trying to remember what she was described to look like. I don't remember.
I think she was described as small. She had short hair and whatever the fuck. But this is the picture they released of her. This is the one I'm talking about.
Oh, wow.
And I'm just like, you're telling me no one fell for Mish.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
She's kind of stunning.
She is stunning. And then they're like, oh, no one's going to love her because of her scars. Bitch, look at her. Like, I'm just like, why is it that all of these books, this Phantasma one included, all of the women look like that, and then they're described as like hideous?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember any description of Ophelia besides the blue eyes.
She had light hair from what I remember, because it was.
But did they describe her body?
No, but didn't they describe her as having like big ass jugs?
I don't remember. Well, you can be big and have big ass jugs.
I know, but I think they described her as small. As petite, put her in your pocket.
I don't remember.
I think. But then, like, even that.
The only book that I remember the women being described as obviously bigger was King of Battle and Blood.
Yes. Yes. And that I love. But all these books, there was one that I was just thinking of. I really like reading Allie Hazelwood. But her, too, she writes all these petite, like, little 2-inch girls. And I know that's a kink.
Yeah.
I know that.
Oh, God. Ew.
I know, it's weird.
Ew, wait, Allie Hazelwood loves playing on that, though. She loves playing on the little tiny girl.
Honestly, you're
big ass man.
You're on a thin line right now. So maybe watch it with that one. But to me, it's just kind of like, way to make all these readers feel included. You know, you're not fucking showing diversity with doing that shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I'm off my soapbox. That was the only thing.
I get it, but I also feel, I don't know. For me personally, I'm trying to think about all these books like Bridge Kingdom, Phantasma, even Divine Rivals. Like, I'm trying to remember like what they were described to look like.
I remembered what they said about Ophelia.
What?
You remember when she first sees Blackwell and she's like, man, this guy's probably 6 foot, but I'm 5'11", so it doesn't really. Remember
she said she's a tall girl.
But I feel like she was tall, skinny, curvy, light blue eyes, blonde hair.
But did you like how King of Battle and Blood made it obvious that, oh my God, I forgot her, Isolde, which was the main character in that book, did you like how they wrote that she was bigger? Because do you remember the scene where she was like, yeah, my calf was like twice the size of her head?
Oh,
do you remember? Because I think you made a
yeah.
comment about that.
I did make a comment about that. That reminds me a lot about Bridgerton when it came to Penelope, where it's like the need of some authors to have to write a scene so you know they're bigger. You know, like remember that scene from Bridgerton that was like, oh, Penelope didn't eat this morning because she was so nervous, and you know that's a big thing.
Yeah,
And
I do
like,
remember that scene.
Fuck? What the fuck?
How do you think it could be written where it's not like
Normally,
what the fuck?
normally, you know, because like if you were to write a sentence of you walking through the door and me walking through the door, it's not gonna change. I hope we both walk through the door with the same easiness, not like you know, it's not gonna be like, oh, Cheli walked in but her calves are fucking huge. It's like, no, that you don't have to. You could mention how a character looks like and have the story continue forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like a lot of times people play in with food though.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's probably how it would be done. Like, oh, this girl loves to eat.
Yeah.
Like with Penelope, for example.
But doesn't everyone else love to eat?
Yeah, I love to eat.
I don't know. It just feels weird. I hope that this is something that breaks soon. Because also, when books do have plus size characters, I hate that it's a big deal. Like, of course, it should be nice. But it shouldn't be like, oh, you know that plus size book. It's like, why is that the only thing you know about that book?
Well,
I don't know.
You want it to become popular enough so that publishers can be like, oh, well, people want this then.
Yeah, but it just feels weird to be like, oh, you know that book with the skinny girl. It's like, well, why
with
is
the
it different?
super skinny girl,
Yeah.
super thin broomstick husband.
But yeah, anytime plus size characters exist in romance, it's very much first of all, it's very much the girl that's plus size.
Oh yeah.
And then when the guy is plus size, it's very rare.
True.
But I don't know.
I don't even think I've
and
seen
then also
one where
with like plus size, I hate that it's always like, oh, they're plus size curvy, and it's like other bodies exist. Not everyone is gonna have an hourglass figure. You're just making everyone else feel shitty.
yeah.
So I don't know. What are you talking about?
You're right. You're completely right.
Yeah.
You're right. And I hope that in the future there will be more plus size queens in fantasy.
And I hope that Mish, in my eyes, when that book comes out, it already is out, I'm still gonna imagine just like a little tiny girl that probably has so much fucking muscle because this bitch always running.
Yeah, I did not picture her to look like that.
No,
But she's kind of hot.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, she'd be hot either way.
Yeah, she would.
But
I love Mish.
I think we should thank everyone for listening to us for 2 hours straight.
What did we say? A 5 out of 5.
5 out
Go
of
read this
5.
book.
Phantasma was so good. By the way, Phantasma means ghost. I hope you're spooked. Happy Halloween. I know, but I feel like we should end it with that too. To
Happy
everyone,
Halloween. It's literally gonna be Thanksgiving.
I'm so thankful for ghosts.
Me too. Well, sexy ghosts.
Oh yeah,
Let's-
don't get it twisted.
All of you ugly bitches
Don't.
to the back.
And you just hear like, ooh. Oh my god. To everyone who's listening to us in audio form, whether that be Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or anywhere you get your podcasts on, thank you so much. If you can leave a rating of 5 stars, because I feel like we've been pretty slay recently, and I feel like more people have to appreciate that.
Yeah, it definitely helps us out a lot if you review us.
Literally takes 2 seconds. Look at this shit. I could open us up, and then you can click 5 stars, and then I can look at it and be like, wow, this bitch clicked 5 stars. That's really nice. That's how long it takes. If you want to leave a review, you can also recommend us a book, because we do add to our list when we have recommendations. That would be real nice. If you want to support us and you have a little bit of extra money, what can they do?
So we do have a Patreon, and at the moment it really just serves as a way for our listeners to let us know that you really enjoyed our content. You can find us on patreon.com/bookfix. But if you don't want the commitment of monthly, then you can find us on buymeacoffee.com/thebookfix, or coffee, which is ko-fi.com/thebookfix.
If you are watching us on YouTube, first of all, thank you. If you can like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because we post every Tuesday and Thursday. If you want to support us on social media, we do have a Fable, an Instagram, a Threads, and a Goodreads at the Book Fix Pod. We have a TikTok at the Book Fix, but then we also have a Blue Sky, right?
Yes, we do.
What is it?
It is. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure I did the Book Fix pod. Nope, it's the Book Fix.
The Book Fix dot the Blue Sky dot social.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I feel like we're everywhere. Thank you so much.
I just want to say that we are going to read a positive and negative review, right?
Yeah.
And I love how this book says vote in the romantasy category. Girl, I'm running.
Dude, I was going to ask you, you know how Goodreads does that? We should, on the Book Fix Goodreads, we should do that together. We should vote together.
We should. We're going to fight.
I think so.
We are going to fight.
I know, but I think our love is true, and I think... okay. I think we can overcome anything.
Sarah J. Maas is in it. Fuck.
It's okay. Who am I gonna choose?
It's okay, Kaylee. No, I mean like because this is really like a popularity contest. So Kaylee,
no,
you won in my eyes. Okay.
Dude, can I say something on popular opinion? Maybe this will get us canceled.
What?
I fucking hate that Lee Bardugo's Unfamiliars is just getting awards. And I'm like, it doesn't sound good.
It doesn't sound good, but maybe it is. We haven't read it.
Should we?
No.
The glow stick, though. She's a very capable writer.
You're right. She's very creative.
I think about that glow stick.
Often.
Yeah. Why, just last week?
Yeah, you sent me a screenshot of
Oh, yeah, line. I did.
I thought that was so funny.
Okay, what do you want to read? Positive or negative?
Don't make me read negative.
Okay, I'll read negative. So, oh my God. I'm going to read this one, and I'm also going to read the comment someone left.
Okay.
So, this comes from Deepak, who gave it a 1 out of 5. All right. Let me cook this bullshit to death and burn this pathetic existence that shouldn't even be called a book with my hateful last words, of course. This was a fucking insult to my eyes and my time. Double damage, they say. The hype? Don't believe it for a second. Phantasma is cringe overloaded fest that tries extremely hard to mimic the allure of dark romances, but fails miserably, awfully so. The idea and concept had potential, but the plot, banter, and utterly kid-like romance, stupid, dumb, and both. Here, let me introduce you to the bona fide dumbass lady, female main character, Ophelia. Ophelia? More like, oh, she is dumb. Okay. Apparently, she's extremely family-oriented that she bravely agrees to step into the circus game of death-inducing trials to save her precious sister, but then becomes cluelessly obsessed with a phantom that she forgets all about her sister to begin with. So much for saving the family legacy, and also her sister is boring as shit, and probably even more intolerable. Fuck both of them. Now meet Blackwell, the supposedly broody, powerful phantom. But when it comes to Blackwell, I'll just call him, well, pathetic. My guy is literally obsessed with Ophelia and claims to never have been connected with a lady as intensely just because she wears a necklace. I'm not making this up. LMFAO. Yeah, no spoilers, but let's just say the twist is the stupidest shit ever. These two horrendous ass people, or whatever you want to call them, call these disgraces, were never in love and had no development of romance. No valid substance, no fire smut, no good thing in this book. Don't compare this to anything good. I read this on Kindle Unlimited for free and I feel offended somehow because I can't take back the breaths I wasted while reading such nonsensical words. Let me just save y'all. Don't read this book. Enjoy. Delaney commented, I know Kaylee hate to see you come in.
I'm only going to read a short part of this positive review. So Robin gave it 5 out of 5 and they wrote, this fed my gothic romance craving to the extreme and I need every book written by Kaylee on my desk by tomorrow. A bloody gothic feast of a debut, Phantasma will trap you inside its twisted walls in a manor full of secrets where bargains are struck and broken, and one necromancer will contend with its deadly competition to save her sister and receive the elusive wish granted to the surviving player. Let me see. I'm completely under Kaylie Smith's thrall and not at all upset about it.
Thank you so much for listening, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
I feel like I worked out.
You worked out? When?
No, like right now. Just like all the crying. My face feels tired.
Oh, I know. I feel exhausted, but it was worth it.
It was worth it.
I don't remember the last time we've been this talkative. And I feel like we talked a lot about what happened in the story, and I feel like most of the time we don't do that.
Dude, and can I say something? I feel like we I mean, I don't want to assume. I feel like we kind of reviewed this shit out of
No, we were really in there dissecting.
I really like that we got that one comment recently that was like, oh, this book is coming out and I'm glad that you girls had. Like, she listened to our episode because she wanted to catch up. And I'm like, girl, were we the right ones?
I hope so.
I listened to that episode.
I assumed that they already read the book.
Yes, they did.
That we reviewed, but they wanted like a reminder of what happened.
It's funny because I listened to that episode and we do talk about the books. I mean, we do. But we also kind of add our own thing in it. And it's funny because I'm listening to it and then I was quoting things from the book and I'm like, bitch, I didn't even know that. Fuck. We kind of sound intellectual.
Just a little bit.
Just a little
Just
bit.
sometimes.
Oh my gosh.